What it do, YouTube? 805 John here from Prison to Purpose. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to all my subscribers. You guys are the heartbeat of this channel and it does not go unnoticed. So, seriously, I appreciate you guys. And to the reoccurring viewers, I just want to ask if you guys keep coming back and watching my videos. If you like them, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. It helps my message get out there in hopes that more youth will see it and make some better choices. Because again, I don't tell these stories to glorify the lifestyle. I share my experiences and give you the raw, unfiltered truth of what really goes down in there, how scandalous it is, in hopes that the youth will make better choices. Hey, and as long as I reach one, then I did my part. Just don't want nobody else looking in that mirror after 15 years of that life, just regretting that they wasted 15 years of their life doing dumb crap. Years that you'll never get back. So, enough of the preaching. You guys see the thumbnail? Let's get into it. The infamous riot in the Chow Hall with the cops. So this happened on my first term. I'm in Ironwood on C Yard. You guys remember everything, how it played out. I landed on D Yard, went on a mission, went to the hole, got kicked out to C Yard, landed with a couple bad cellies that didn't play out too well, and then ended up with my good cellie. So at this point I'd been there maybe three years and some change now. Been there for a cool little minute. Pretty comfortable on that yard by now. Got everything I need. And I want to say this was like more of a peaceful time in prison. At least as peaceful as it could be in prison. Like I had told you guys before, when the señors all got kicked out of the SHU and started landing on the level 3 yards and the level 4s, there was a lot of cleanup going on. So a lot of chaos was happening. People were getting hit left and right. People were getting removed left and right. And at this point, what they call trash had already been taken out. So like I said, it was more of a peaceful time. So on this day, you didn't feel no tension. It was nothing like that. And I've told you guys before, when a riot's more like planned, being talked about, nobody ever busts a grape. If you feel tension, it's usually because somebody's going to get removed, get hit, and everybody's kind of watching to see who it is. When it comes to riots, I mean, I'm sure some in the past have happened like that, but in my experience, I know of 2, maybe 3 times that it was planned and we just had standoffs and nobody busted a grape. So this wasn't like that. It was spur of the moment, like I told you. Always spur of the moment. Usually over some dumb crap that could have been avoided. So, I say that to say this. It's chow time, dinner time. They pop us out. The way the layout is, I told you how level 3 270 is. You got A side, B side, C side. So they pop out A upper, then lower, so on. Everybody walks out to the chow hall. And on the way to the chow hall, everybody's trying to group up with their little buddies in hopes that they'll get to sit together. Because when you get to the chow hall, it's tables of four per table. Let me rephrase that. 4 people per table. And however you're lined up is how you're going to sit. So you're hoping that you land with your little crew of 4 people that you walked with, or 3 people that you walked with, but there's no guarantee. And those of you that haven't been there, you know, you think of the politics and like, oh, don't all Mexicans homies have to sit together, blacks have to sit together, like you guys can't intermingle. It doesn't work like that in the chow hall. Not in a level 3, not in a level 4, not in a 180, not in 270, nowhere. You don't get to pick where you're going to sit. So you could be walking and you might see 1 white dude and 3 blacks at a table. 2 homies, a white and a black at a table. 3 homies and a black at a table. Like, you get the picture I'm painting? So that's why everybody like tries to group up and sit with their little crew. So, you know, they pop us out. We're more towards the back, but not the very end. There's still more stragglers behind us. I'm walking with my cellie and my boy from Tokerstown, you know, our little crew. We're walking, and there's another crew behind us. So we're walking to chow, whatever. We get our trays, and I'll never forget that tray, man. It was when they started giving us the burritos, when they still gave us 2 burritos before they took them away and just gave 1. They're like little chimichanga ones that you get at Walmart, whatever, but I'll be honest, they taste a little better in there than they do out here, especially when you're hungry. So, whatever, get my tray, sit down, I land at the table. It's me and my homie from Tokerstown, And we got there right before my celly, so my celly sat with the other two, and then there was 2 black dudes that were in front of us. So it's me, Tokerstown, 2 black dudes, whatever. And then the rest of the stragglers come in. I remember I just took a couple bites out of my little chimichanga, microwave burrito, whatever you want to call it. And just kind of like hear somebody getting loud, but it's so loud in there. That's what stood out to me, is that I was able to kind of hear somebody over everybody else. And again, we're at the end of the chow hall, the very end of the tables, kind of like by where they're serving the food. I look over and I see the homie from Southside Arriba, and again, I'm not gonna say any names, you know, I don't do that. I see him arguing with the cop. I don't know what he's arguing about at this point, but he's arguing with the cop, and homie just drops his tray and boop, boop, tees off on this cop, cracks him twice. And my heart drops, dude. Yes, I've been in a riot at this point, but not with the cops. And everybody that I heard that got in a riot with the cops, it sucks for them, and you could pick up a lot of time. And you guys gotta remember, I'm a 2-striker. Like, this is serious shit. And I'm one of the closest people to him. So then the dudes that he was with or whatever, you know, they start jumping the cop. And it was a black cop. His name was I don't want to throw his name out there either. But if you were in Ironwood on Sea Yard, you know the black cop that got packed out by the homies. So they start teeing off on him. And I'll tell you like this. When they say everybody jumps, I don't know, maybe because it was in the chow hall it was different, but I think it was because it was a cop it was different. Everybody in the front kind of pretended like they didn't know what was going on. I'll be real with you. So I picked up my tray, and I'm a little guy, you gotta remember, and I'm still in my head, I'm all turned up, so I smack my food out and I'm like, screw it. I run over there, me and Tokerstown run over there, and only a couple other homies. In total, out of that whole chow hall, only 9 of us got over there. And we start wailing on the cop. They open the freaking door. A couple more cops come in. We're getting it. Then more cops run in. They've already shut down the chow hall. And at this point, they have a gun tower inside the chow hall. Like, they could kind of walk around. There's a window up there. They call it the catwalk, I believe. And there's a gunner in there. And it sucks because the whole thing's like cement. So if they shoot, it ricochets. So we're wailing on them, and they finally send the warning shot. They didn't even bust out spray on this one on us. They just did, I call it a warning shot because they didn't shoot at anybody specifically, but that fucker ricocheted, ding, 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 ding. And we all got down real quick at that point. I mean, again, it wasn't my beef, but homie had got his money on the cop for whatever disrespect that he did to him. And again, at that point, I'm thinking, I'm brainwashed, so I'm like, hey, he got his, fuck it, that fool disrespected him. But looking back at it, no form of disrespect's worth what just happened. Like, that was stupid. So whatever, we get down, they come cuff us up, they take 9 of us. So what they do is, right there at this time, when they're taking us to the hole, they put us like in these little cages, and they're behind not R&R, behind a work change. And like, they have these cages that you could literally just like stand up in. I want to say that I explained them to you guys in my first video, my first day in prison, when I had got put in there when I was waiting to go to B6. So basically, it's like this tall cage, but there's no room to sit. Like, you could kind of squat, but you can't sit. So imagine being in there in your boxers. You don't even have socks or shower shoes at this point. You're in your boxers. Like, they took off all our clothes. Just boxers handcuffed up in there, right? And this happened like around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And like I told you guys, in Ironwood, it either gets really, really hot or really, really cold. There's no in between. Well, this so happened to be during cold season. So when I tell you you're freezing your ass off out there, you're freezing your ass off. We were out there from, like I said, I want to say about like, because this happened between 4:35, so when they had us out there, it was about like 5:30. Standing there, handcuffed in your boxers, until 11:30 at night. just standing there for hours and your boxer's handcuffed. And again, I tell you, you can't sit, you can't lay. Like, there's not much room for you to maneuver in there. Freezing my ass off. And this is how I know that the stories when people say about how the cops hold a grudge when you hit one of them, it happened to me. That shit's not a lie. So the sergeant walks up, and you can tell it's a sergeant because they got their little stripes on there that are like almost the shape of a triangle. They got 3 of them. That's a sergeant. And he comes up, and he has a bedroll in his hand. And I should have been smart enough at this point to know that he's not going to walk up with the bedroll and give it to me. That should have been the first sign. They're not going to give it to me until I get to the hole. But it was a mind game, and it worked because I'm so desperate to get the fuck out of there and get to my cell in the hole. Like, you know, like, oh, finally I could get some warmth. But no, it was all a mind game. Walks up with the bedroll. He's like, "You ready to go?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Alright." It's like, "Take your cuffs off." And that should have been another thing where I'm like, wait, no, why would he take my cuffs off to escort me? He has to keep my cuffs on. But I'm not thinking straight. I'm fucking cold, freezing my ass off, and stressed out about if we just caught a DA referral, which means we're gonna get a lot more time. And whatever, I turn around, there's the little box to uncuff you. He's like, "Alright." And he opens up the thing, and my dumbass goes to put my hands out to get the fucking bedroll, and this dude spits in my face and just sucks the wind out of me, and I flew back into that freaking thing. Didn't even have enough time to slide out, and he closed the door on me, locked it back up, told me to get my punk ass up and fucking cuff up. And I'm sitting there just trying to catch my breath, leaned up against the back, just like trying to process what the hell just happened, because I did not see that coming. Again, I've heard stories of stuff like this happening, but I had never experienced it or seen it firsthand, where a cop actually put hands on somebody without, like, you know, hitting them first. So I'm just tripping, trying to gather my thoughts, trying to catch my breath, and he makes me cuff back up. And I mean, I felt so fucking low. I didn't even have enough energy in me to be prideful and like, no, fuck you, and protest the cuff up. Like, I'm a freaking 22-year-old kid, dude. Just freaking lost my air. Probably gonna lose my life. I got 2 strikes. I could get striked out for this. And now I just got socked in the freaking chest and spit in the face by a cop. So I don't know. I'll be real with you. I turned around and I cuffed up. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't want to admit that at the time, but I turned around and I cuffed back up. And he told me straight up, "You put your hands on one of ours, we're gonna fuck you up and make your time miserable." And he just walked off with that bedroll laughing. Left me there until 1 in the morning, sitting there. Couldn't even wipe the fucking spit off of me. I'm cuffed up. My boxer's freezing. Just feeling like fucking idiot that I got involved in this crap. So they finally take us to the hole. And again, you know, we're all individual. So I'm not like close enough where I could talk to anybody. Like, fuck, that sucked, you know? And just stuck in my thoughts. And time's dragging. Finally come, take me to the hole, take everybody to the hole. And we're right there stressing, like, fuck. We're getting DA referrals. We're screwed. We're definitely gonna catch more time for this. I mean, assault on peace officer, and then we use trays as weapons. Like, this is gonna be bad. This is just definitely strikeable offense. And what, we're probably gonna get kicked to a level 4 180, like, and I hadn't been to a 180. Like, I'm just thinking the worst at this, and it's all coming after the fact. I didn't think about this when I jumped up with my tray to go help him. I'm thinking about all this after the fact. And I'm still stuck in that brainwashed state though, like, whatever, this is what I gotta do. I'm committed to this. But I know deep down I didn't want that. I felt so stupid for that. I was like, why didn't I go out and be one of the first people in the chow hall so I wouldn't have to be involved in this? So whatever, come to find out, the whole reason for this was because the homie worked in the kitchen. It was his day off. So when he goes up, the people in the kitchen take care of each other. They do like a special knock or like say something so they know it's them. and they hook him up with more food. This dude teed off on a cop for extra burritos. And I mean, this dude had money. He goes to store fat. He had this fat girl taking care of him. I mean, this dude is getting like 3-4 packages a quarter. This dude probably had better burritos in his cell. And he kicked off a riot with the cops over fucking extra state burritos, dude. I thank God the DA didn't pick it up. We didn't get DA referrals. Thank God. But we did get stuck in the hole. 9 more months. And it's crazy the way that it worked out. But we didn't get moved. We got stuck back there for 9 months. Enough for our points to go up, drop back down. And I think only 1 or 2 people ended up getting transferred. But a majority of us, the other 7 or 8, we got kicked back out to Sea Yard. We're able to get back to our old cells and everything. At least I was. I ended up getting pulled back in with my cellie after those 9 months. But it was a scary 9 months wondering if we're freaking gonna get DA referrals. And it was an eye-opening experience, I'll tell you that. It just showed me that somebody else's actions can affect me and dictate my future. What if the DA would have picked that up? What if I would have got my 3rd strike? Now I'm doing life over state burritos, really? Nothing that involved me, but that's the way it works in there. You want to go to prison and run with the car. If one jumps, everybody jumps. Doesn't matter if it's a cop or not. And I don't know if that's the life you really want to live, but I know it's not a life I want to live. I want to live for my family, and I'm so thankful and grateful to God that I was able to go in there, get out twice. It was stupid for me to go back, but I'm just so thankful that I went in there twice and made it out and was able to change my life and have a real life out here. Have this apartment, have my job, have my cars, have my family, my wife, my kids. These dang cats, you know? I spent so many years trying to be loyal to something that held no value. All it did was bring me down. Crabs in a bucket mentality. And now today, I have my family, and that's who I'm loyal to. And it's beautiful because they depend on me. Even these damn cats depend on me. Yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world, and I just wish I would have done it sooner instead of wasting all that time in there. Because I tell you guys every time, it's not the life you want to live. You want to be somebody's pawn? I tell you guys these stories and you see. I feel like a broken record, but you see. You never know what you're going to get. You're not promised to go home. And they're just going to use you till they can't use you no more and then snake you and get rid of you and call you no good. Doesn't matter what status you have. Unless you're a made man. And even they fall. They're never going to look at you as equal. Because it's a dog-eat-dog world in there. It's nothing but snakes. Not the life you want to live. But just want to share that story with you guys. Again, as an example so that you could see that somebody else's decisions can affect your future. And I got lucky and I made it home. So just want to apologize to you guys for not making content the last few days. My inner tie rod on my car broke and took me 3 days to get the parts and fix it, and I was kind of stressed out about that, but I finally got that out the way, so we're back to making content every day. If you guys didn't catch my live earlier, it was only a few minutes, but check it out. We didn't have much stuff that was made already, but I tried to show you guys a little bit of the stuff that I make when I'm at work, so hopefully you guys like that. Hope you guys like this video. If you do, please hit that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed now, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And if you have anybody that you feel could get something from this video, hit that arrow, shoot it to them. We all got to do our part to save those, the youth, and those that we care about. And that's what these stories are for. So, until next time, it's 805 John from Prison to Purpose. You guys have a blessed night, man. Peace.